Welcome to the Syntaxiss Symposium series, Ashtanga's 8 limbs. In the symphony of life, our minds often resemble a restless orchestra, each instrument vying for attention, each note a fleeting thought. Amidst this cacophony, the ancient practice of Ashtanga yoga offers a path to inner harmony, a way to quiet the mental noise and experience profound stillness. At the heart of this path lies Dharana, the sixth limb of Ashtanga yoga, which translates to concentration or holding steady. Dharana is the art of focusing the mind, of reining in the scattered threads of our attention and weaving them into a single unwavering point of awareness. Imagine a single beam of light, scattered and diffused, struggling to illuminate the darkness. Dharana, in essence, is the process of gathering that scattered light, converging it into a laser-like focus capable of penetrating the depths of our being. It is the practice of choosing a single point of focus, be it the breath, a mantra, or an image, and training the mind to rest steadily upon it, resisting the pull of distractions that inevitably arise. Through this practice of focused attention, we begin to cultivate a level of mental clarity and stillness that eludes us in our everyday lives. We live in a world saturated with stimuli, a constant barrage of information competing for our attention. Our minds, accustomed to this frenetic pace, become fragmented, easily distracted, and often overwhelmed. Dharana offers a sanctuary from this mental chaos, a way to step off the treadmill of incessant thinking and reconnect with the stillness within. It is a practice that empowers us to become masters of our own minds, rather than slaves to its capricious whims. Through the consistent practice of Dharana, we begin to develop a new relationship with our thoughts. Rather than being swept away by the currents of our mental chatter, we become mindful observers, witnessing the ebb and flow of thoughts without judgment or attachment. As we cultivate this inner stillness, we create space for deeper insights to emerge, for wisdom to surface from the depths of our being. Dharana, in this sense, is not merely a technique for improving concentration. It is a gateway to self-discovery and spiritual awakening. The journey of Dharana is a journey inward, a pilgrimage to the core of our being. It is a process of turning our attention away from the external world and its myriad distractions and directing it towards the inner landscape of our minds. This inward focus, however, is not a retreat from the world, but rather a way to engage with it from a place of greater clarity, purpose, and presence. As we cultivate inner stillness, we become more attuned to the present moment, more responsive to the needs of others, and more capable of living a life aligned with our deepest values. The practice of Dharana is not without its challenges. Our minds, accustomed to wandering freely, may initially resist this disciplined focus. Thoughts may intrude, doubts may arise, and the allure of distractions may beckon us away from our chosen point of concentration. Yet it is in these moments of challenge that the true transformative power of Dharana is revealed. Each time we gently guide our attention back to the object of focus, we strengthen our capacity for concentration, cultivate patience and resilience, and deepen our understanding of the nature of the mind. The rewards of Dharana extend far beyond the realm of meditation. As we develop the ability to focus our attention at will, we enhance our capacity for learning, improve our performance in all areas of life, and experience greater peace of mind. When we can still the mental chatter, we access a wellspring of creativity and insight that is otherwise obscured by the noise of our thoughts. We become more effective problem solvers, more compassionate listeners, and more present and engaged individuals. The practice of Dharana is an invitation to embark on a transformative journey of self-discovery, a journey that leads us to the very heart of our being, where we discover the profound stillness and clarity that lie at the core of our existence. The concept of Dharana, while often associated with modern yoga practices, is deeply rooted in the ancient philosophical traditions of India. It finds its origins in the Vedas, a vast collection of sacred texts that form the foundation of Hinduism, and is further elaborated upon in the Upanishads, philosophical treatises that explore the nature of reality and the self. These ancient texts recognized the inherent restlessness of the human mind and offered dharana as a means to transcend this mental turbulence and attain a state of profound inner peace. The Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, a seminal text on yoga philosophy compiled around the 2nd century CE, provide a systematic framework for understanding and practicing dharana. Patanjali, a sage revered as the father of yoga, describes dharana as the 6th limb of Ashtanga yoga, an 8-fold path designed to lead the practitioner towards spiritual liberation. He emphasizes that dharana is not merely a mental exercise, but a transformative practice that requires discipline, dedication, and a deep understanding of the workings of the mind. The ancient wisdom traditions of India recognized that the mind, while capable of great brilliance and creativity, is also prone to distraction, agitation, and a relentless pursuit of sensory gratification. Dharana, they believed, offered a way to tame this wild horse of the mind, to train it to become a powerful tool for self-discovery and spiritual growth. Through the practice of focused attention, one could begin to unravel the knots of conditioning, transcend limiting beliefs, and access a deeper level of awareness that lies beyond the surface fluctuations of the mind. The teachings on dharana have been passed down through generations of yogis and sages, each adding their own insights and interpretations to this timeless practice. Today, dharana continues to be an integral part of various yoga traditions, offering practitioners a powerful means to cultivate mental clarity, emotional stability, and a deep sense of inner peace. It is a testament to the enduring wisdom of these ancient practices that they remain as relevant and transformative today as they were centuries ago. To fully appreciate the significance of dharana, it is essential to understand its place within the broader context of Ashtanga yoga. Patanjali's 8-fold path, as outlined in the Yoga Sutras, provides a comprehensive framework for spiritual growth, addressing not only the physical aspects of yoga, but also the ethical, mental, and spiritual dimensions. Dharana, in this context, is not an isolated practice, but rather an integral stage in a progressive journey towards self-realization. The first 5 limbs of Ashtanga yoga, the yamas, ethical restraints, niyamas, personal observances, asana, physical postures, pranayama, breath control, and pratyahara, withdrawal of the senses, serve as essential preparations for dharana. They purify the body and mind, cultivate self-discipline and self-awareness, and create a stable foundation for deeper inner exploration. Without these foundational practices, attempts at concentration are likely to be met with resistance and instability. Once a certain level of mastery has been achieved in the preceding limbs, the practitioner is ready to embark on the 6th limb, dharana. At this stage, the focus shifts from external practices to the inner landscape of the mind. The practitioner chooses a single point of focus, be it the breath, a mantra, an image, or a specific point in the body, and gently guides the attention towards it, resisting the pull of distractions that inevitably arise. Dharana, however, is not a forceful suppression of thoughts, but rather a gentle training of attention. When the mind wanders, as it inevitably will, the practitioner simply acknowledges the distraction without judgment and gently redirects the focus back to the chosen object. This process of repeatedly bringing the mind back to the present moment, to the object of concentration, strengthens the muscle of attention and cultivates a quality of mindfulness that gradually permeates all aspects of life. As the practitioner progresses through the 6th limb, the mind becomes increasingly steady and focused. The fluctuations of thought subside, and a sense of inner stillness begins to emerge. This newfound clarity and tranquility provide fertile ground for the 7th limb, dhyana, meditation, and ultimately the 8th limb, samadhi, absorption, where the practitioner experiences a state of profound unity and bliss. Section 3. The Alchemy of Attention. Dharana, at its core, is the art of directing and sustaining attention. It is the practice of choosing where to place our focus, and then cultivating the mental discipline to hold it there, even amidst distractions. This seemingly simple act of focusing the mind, however, has profound implications for our mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. In our modern world, our attention is constantly bombarded with stimuli. From the moment we wake up to the moment we go to sleep, we are inundated with information, notifications, and sensory distractions. This constant assault on our attention fragments our minds, making it difficult to focus, to be present, and to experience the fullness of the present moment. The practice of Dharana offers a powerful antidote to this modern-day epidemic of distraction. By training our attention, we reclaim our ability to choose where to place our focus. We develop the mental strength to resist the pull of distractions and to stay present with the task at hand, whether it be work, relationships, or simply enjoying a quiet moment in nature. This ability to focus our attention at will has far-reaching benefits. When we can concentrate deeply, we learn more effectively, solve problems more creatively, and perform at our best in all areas of life. We are also better able to manage stress, regulate our emotions, and cultivate a sense of inner peace that is not dependent on external circumstances. Moreover, Dharana has the power to transform our relationship with ourselves and the world around us. As we become more mindful of our thoughts, feelings, and sensations, we develop a deeper understanding of our own internal landscape. We begin to see the habitual patterns of thinking and behavior that may be holding us back, and we cultivate the self-awareness necessary to make positive changes in our lives. Section 1. Breath as the anchor. In the bustling marketplace of the mind, where thoughts jostle for attention like eager shoppers, the breath emerges as a steadfast guide, a silent rhythm amidst the chaos. It is through the breath that we begin to explore the depths of Dharana, using this natural, ever-present anchor to steady the mind and cultivate a state of focused awareness. The breath, in this sense, becomes a bridge between the body and the mind, a tangible link to the present moment. The practice of breath awareness, often referred to as anapanasati in Buddhist traditions, is deceptively simple, yet profoundly transformative. It involves bringing our full attention to the sensation of the breath as it enters and leaves the body, noticing the subtle rise and fall of the abdomen, the gentle coolness of the inhale, the subtle warmth of the exhale. As we focus on the breath, we let go of the past and the future, of worries and plans, and allow ourselves to rest in the stillness of the present moment. The mind, however, is a restless entity, easily distracted and prone to wandering. As we practice dharana, we inevitably find our attention drifting away from the breath, lured by thoughts, memories, or sensations. In these moments, it is crucial to meet ourselves with compassion, recognizing that distraction is a natural tendency of the mind. Rather than judging ourselves for these mental detours, we simply acknowledge them and gently guide our attention back to the breath again and again. With each return to the breath, we strengthen our capacity for concentration, cultivating a quality of gentle persistence that gradually permeates all aspects of life. As we become more attuned to the subtle nuances of the breath, we discover a profound stillness within, a sense of peace that transcends the fluctuations of the mind. The breath, once an unconscious act, becomes a powerful tool for self-awareness, a gateway to the depths of our being. Section 2. The resonance of mantras. While the breath serves as a natural anchor for dharana, mantras offer another potent tool for focusing the mind and accessing deeper states of awareness. Mantras, sacred sounds or syllables often rooted in ancient Sanskrit, have been used for millennia in yogic and meditative traditions to quiet the mental chatter and invoke a sense of peace, clarity, and connection. They act as sonic vibrations that resonate within the mind, creating a focal point for our attention and gradually stilling the waves of thought. The practice of mantra repetition, known as japa, involves silently repeating a chosen mantra, allowing its sound and rhythm to permeate our being. As we repeat the mantra, we let go of the meanings associated with the words, if any, and simply focus on the sound itself, allowing it to wash over us like a soothing wave. The repetitive nature of mantra meditation helps to quiet the mind, creating a rhythmic backdrop that lulls the mental chatter into stillness. The choice of mantra can vary depending on personal preference or guidance from a teacher. Some mantras are universal in nature, such as the simple yet powerful Soham, I am that, while others may be specific to a particular deity or aspect of the divine. Regardless of the chosen mantra, the key lies in approaching the practice with sincerity, reverence, and a willingness to surrender to the transformative power of sound. As we delve deeper into mantra meditation, we may find that the mantra begins to repeat itself spontaneously in the background of our awareness, even when we are not consciously focusing on it. This experience, known as ajapa-japa, signifies a deepening of our practice, a merging of the mantra with the very fabric of our being. The mantra, once a tool for concentration, becomes an integral part of our inner landscape, a constant reminder of our true nature. In the realm of Dharana, the mind's boundless capacity for imagination unfolds another path to focus, visualization. Just as we can concentrate on the breath or a mantra's sound, we can also turn our inner gaze towards a specific image or object, holding it steady in the mind's eye. This practice, known as Tritaka in yogic traditions, taps into the power of imagery to foster focus, clarity, and inner peace. The image for Tritaka might vary widely, from a tranquil natural scene like a serene lake reflecting snow-capped mountains to a sacred symbol such as a mandala or a deity. The key is to select an image that resonates deeply, inspiring peace, focus, or devotion. Once selected, we sit comfortably, close our eyes, and vividly bring this image to mind, focusing on every detail, its colors, shapes, textures, and the emotions it evokes. We observe it with gentle, unwavering attention, letting its essence deeply permeate our being. As with any form of dharana, if the mind wanders, caught by thoughts or sensations, we simply guide our focus back to the image, each return strengthening our concentration and deepening our connection to the tranquility within. Meet Sarah, a high-powered executive overwhelmed by the relentless demands of the corporate world. Her days, a whirlwind of meetings, emails, and calls, left her mentally drained and spiritually depleted. Amidst this chaos, Sarah discovered yoga, initially seeking its physical benefits, but soon finding the transformative power of dharana. Learning to focus on her breath, she began to quiet the mental chatter and rediscover a sense of inner peace she'd nearly forgotten. Initially, Sarah struggled to silence her mind, with thoughts of work and deadlines persistently intruding. Yet, she persisted, repeatedly bringing her attention back to her breath, each time reminding herself that distraction was part of the process. Gradually, she noticed a shift. The mental noise subsided, moments of stillness and clarity emerged. As her practice deepened, so did its impact on her life. Sarah became more focused, approached challenges with calmness, and made decisions from a place of clarity. Her colleagues and clients noticed too, remarking on her newfound calmness and presence. Dharana, once a refuge, had become integral to her success, both professionally and personally. For David, a talented but anxious artist, the creative process was fraught with self-doubt, overthinking, and a relentless inner critic. The pressure to produce, fear of judgment, and constant comparisons created barriers to his creative potential. David's journey with Dharana began as a means to manage his anxiety and quiet his mind's incessant chatter. Drawn to meditation but struggling with restlessness, he found solace in focusing on a simple mantra, Om Shanti. At first, his mind resisted, with intrusive thoughts disrupting his focus. But as he persisted, returning to the mantra each time, he began to find moments of stillness beneath his anxiety. This mantra became his refuge, a sonic sanctuary he could retreat to whenever his mind spun out of control. As his practice deepened, so did the transformation in his creative process. The paralyzing self-doubt began to fade, allowing him to approach his art with more freedom and spontaneity. His work, now infused with a newfound sense of peace and authenticity, reflected more vibrant colors and balanced compositions. Section 3. The Searching Soul. Maria, a woman in her late 50s, had always felt a deep longing for something more, a sense that there was a deeper meaning to life beyond the daily grind of work, family, and societal expectations. She had achieved a great deal in her life, a successful career, a loving family, a comfortable home. Yet a part of her remained unfulfilled, yearning for a connection to something greater than herself, a sense of purpose that transcended the material world. Maria's exploration of spirituality led her to the practice of Dharana. She was drawn to the idea of quieting the mind, of turning inward to discover the hidden depths within. She began with a simple visualization practice, focusing her attention on a single candle flame. As she gazed at the flame, she let go of thoughts, worries, and plans, allowing herself to become fully absorbed in the present moment. At first, her mind would wander, distracted by the events of the day or anxieties about the future. But as she continued to practice, gently guiding her attention back to the flame each time it strayed, she began to experience a sense of inner peace she had never known before. The flame became her focal point, a beacon of stillness in the midst of the mental turbulence that had long been her norm. As Maria's practice deepened, so too did her connection to something larger than herself. She began to experience a profound sense of interconnectedness with all beings, a feeling of oneness with the universe that filled her with a deep sense of peace and belonging. The world, once a source of stress and anxiety, now seemed imbued with a sacred quality, a reflection of the divine spark that resided within her own heart. Section 1. Cultivating Stillness in a World of Distractions. In today's hyperconnected world, cultivating stillness can feel like an uphill battle. Our attention is constantly pulled in countless directions, bombarded by a relentless stream of information, notifications, and demands on our time. Yet amidst this digital deluge, the practice of Dharana offers a lifeline, a way to reclaim our attention and reconnect with the inner sanctuary of our being. The first step in incorporating Dharana into our daily lives is to create space for stillness. This may seem daunting at first, but even a few minutes each day dedicated to focused attention can make a world of difference. Find a quiet space where you can sit comfortably, free from distractions. This could be a dedicated meditation corner in your home, a peaceful spot in nature, or even just a quiet room where you can close the door and shut out the world for a little while. Once you have found your space, choose an object of focus for your Dharana practice. This could be your breath, a mantra, an image, or any object that you find calming and centering. If you are new to Dharana, starting with the breath is often the easiest and most accessible approach. Simply bring your attention to the sensation of your breath as it enters and leaves your body, noticing the gentle rise and fall of your abdomen or the subtle coolness of the inhale and the warmth of the exhale. As you focus on your breath, thoughts will inevitably arise, distracting you from your practice. This is perfectly natural and to be expected. The key is to meet these distractions with a sense of gentle acceptance, recognizing them as part of the process rather than a sign of failure. When you notice your mind wandering, simply acknowledge the thought or feeling without judgment and gently guide your attention back to your breath. With consistent practice, you will find that your ability to focus and sustain your attention will gradually improve. The gaps between thoughts will widen, and you will begin to experience moments of profound stillness and clarity. These moments may be fleeting at first, but with continued practice, they will become more frequent and more profound, gradually transforming your relationship with your mind and the world around you. Section 2. Navigating the Inner Labyrinth. The journey of Dharana is often compared to taming a wild elephant. The mind, like an untamed elephant, is prone to wandering, easily distracted by sensory impressions, thoughts, and emotions. Just as a skilled mahout patiently guides and directs the elephant, so too must we learn to gently guide and direct our minds, training them to become focused and still. One of the biggest challenges we face in Dharana practice is the tendency to judge ourselves when our minds wander. We may become frustrated, discouraged, or even feel like we are bad at meditation. However, it is essential to remember that distraction is a natural tendency of the mind. Every time we notice our attention drifting and gently guide it back to our object of focus, we are strengthening our capacity for concentration, just as a muscle grows stronger with each repetition. It can be helpful to approach Dharana practice with a sense of playful curiosity rather than rigid discipline. Instead of berating ourselves for our wandering minds, we can try to observe our thoughts and feelings with a sense of detachment, noticing their arising and passing without getting swept away by them. Imagine your thoughts as clouds passing through the vast sky of your awareness. Observe them, acknowledge them, but don't grasp onto them or let them carry you away. Another common obstacle in Dharana practice is restlessness or discomfort in the body. If you find yourself fidgeting or feeling uncomfortable, it can be helpful to adjust your posture or to incorporate gentle movements into your practice. You can also try focusing on the sensations of your breath in different parts of your body, such as the rise and fall of your abdomen, the coolness of the breath entering your nostrils, or the warmth of the breath leaving your body. Remember, the journey of Dharana is a process of self-discovery, not a destination to be reached. Be patient with yourself, celebrate your progress, and approach each practice with a beginner's mind, open to the insights and transformations that await. Section 3. The Blossoming of Awareness. As we delve deeper into the practice of Dharana, we begin to experience its transformative effects not only during our meditation sessions, but also in our daily lives. The skills we cultivate on the cushion, focus, clarity, and equanimity, gradually permeate all aspects of our being, leading to a more balanced, fulfilling, and meaningful life. One of the most immediate benefits of Dharana is an increased ability to focus and concentrate. As we train our minds to become more still, we find that we are better able to focus on the task at hand, whether it be work, study, creative pursuits, or simply being present with loved ones. We are less easily distracted by external stimuli or lost in the labyrinthine corridors of our own minds. This enhanced focus naturally leads to improved productivity and performance in all areas of life. We are able to accomplish more in less time, with greater ease and less stress. We approach challenges with a clearer mind and a calmer demeanor, finding creative solutions and navigating obstacles with greater resilience. Beyond the realm of productivity, Dharana cultivates a deep sense of inner peace and equanimity. As we learn to observe our thoughts and emotions without judgment or attachment, we develop a greater sense of detachment from the ups and downs of life. We are less reactive to external circumstances, less likely to be swayed by the opinions of others, and more able to find peace and contentment within. This inner peace is not a passive state of apathy or indifference, but rather a state of dynamic equilibrium, a deep-seated sense of calm amidst the storms of life. It is a quality of being that radiates outward, positively impacting our relationships, our work, and our overall sense of well-being. As we continue to cultivate Dharana, we may find that our perception of ourselves and the world around us begins to shift. We may experience a greater sense of interconnectedness with all beings, a deeper appreciation for the beauty and wonder of the present moment, or a profound sense of peace and contentment that transcends the limitations of our egoic minds. These experiences, while unique to each individual, point to the transformative power of Dharana, a practice that has the potential to awaken us to the fullness of our being and to the interconnectedness of all things. Section 1. The enduring gift of focus. Dharana, the practice of focused concentration, is a gift we give ourselves, a gift that keeps on giving. It is an investment in our mental and spiritual well-being, yielding dividends of clarity, peace, and purpose that permeate all aspects of our lives. As we have explored throughout this journey into the heart of Ashtanga Yoga, Dharana is not merely a technique to be mastered, but a way of being, a path towards living a more conscious, present, and fulfilling life. The benefits of Dharana extend far beyond the confines of our meditation cushions. As we cultivate the ability to focus our attention at will, we enhance our capacity for learning, improve our performance in all areas of life, and experience greater peace of mind even amidst the inevitable challenges that life throws our way. When we can still the mental chatter, we access a wellspring of creativity and insight that is otherwise obscured by the noise of our thoughts. We become more effective problem solvers, more compassionate listeners, and more present and engaged individuals. The practice of Dharana empowers us to become masters of our own minds rather than slaves to its capricious whims. Instead of being swept away by the currents of our thoughts and emotions, we develop the ability to observe them with a sense of detachment, choosing where to place our attention and how to respond to the world around us. This newfound freedom allows us to break free from habitual patterns of thinking and behavior that no longer serve us, creating space for growth, transformation, and the realization of our full potential. In a world that often feels fragmented and frenetic, Dharana offers a path to wholeness and integration. It reminds us that true peace and fulfillment are not to be found in external pursuits, but rather in the depths of our own being, in the stillness that lies at the core of our existence. By cultivating the art of concentration, we embark on a journey of self-discovery, uncovering the hidden treasures within and awakening to the boundless possibilities that life has to offer. Section 2. Towards a life of presence. The journey of Dharana is a lifelong practice, a continuous process of refining our attention and deepening our connection to the present moment. It is not a destination to be reached, but rather a path to be traversed with patience, persistence, and a sense of gentle curiosity. As we cultivate the art of concentration, we gradually transform our relationship with ourselves, with others, and with the world around us. The practice of Dharana invites us to become more mindful in all aspects of our lives, to bring a quality of focused attention to everything we do, from the simplest of tasks to the most complex of endeavors. Whether we are engaging in conversation, enjoying a meal, or simply taking a walk in nature, we can choose to be fully present, to savor each moment without judgment or distraction. As we integrate the principles of Dharana into our daily lives, we may find that our relationships become more authentic and fulfilling. By listening attentively to others, without interrupting or imposing our own agendas, we create space for genuine connection and understanding to flourish. We become more compassionate friends, partners, and family members, more attuned to the needs of others and more present in their lives. The practice of Dharana also has the power to transform our relationship with work and creativity. When we approach our endeavors with a focused mind and a calm heart, we tap into a wellspring of inspiration and insight that is otherwise inaccessible. We find that work becomes less of a chore and more of an expression of our unique talents and passions. We experience greater joy in the creative process, whether our chosen medium is painting, writing, music, or any other form of self-expression. In essence, Dharana is a practice of awakening to the fullness of life, to the beauty and wonder that surrounds us in each and every moment. It is a journey of self-discovery, a path towards living a more conscious, present, and meaningful life. May this exploration of Dharana inspire you to embark on your own journey of focused attention, to discover the transformative power that lies within the stillness of your own being. Thank you for your time and attention. Join us next time for another episode of the Syntaxiss Symposium series. Namaste.